Hello, it is Wednesday, and mere minutes after I finished the last book, so I haven't really read anything yet. But I did want to start the vlog, tell you what my goal is for this vlog. First of all, I would like to finish The Duke and I, which I think is doable. I have less than half left, and it reads incredibly quickly. So that shouldn't be too hard. And I'm really enjoying it. So that's number one. I'm also still reading Lapvona by Ottessa Moshfegh. I would like to get halfway in that one, which I'm almost halfway. So it also shouldn't be too hard. It should be definitely doable. If I can read more, that's great. But that's the goal for that. And then once I finished this, I'm gonna need a different book to replace it with. And part of me is thinking to just throw my TBR out of the window and binge romance books, which I might still do. But there is one book that's also calling to me, and that's The Boneshire Daughter by Andrea Stewart. So currently I'm planning to start this one this week. I don't know how far I will get, but I want to have started it. So that's my goal for the week. I think it should be doable. If I read more than I plan, that's great. But those are my plans. And I will talk to you when I have something real to say. Bye. Hi, it is Friday now. And I have some updates for you. Okay, first up, I read some more of this. Some things have happened. I won't spoil it, but things got intense for a little while there. But it's now resolved. We're in a quieter mode again. I'm still really enjoying this. Simon is the type of guy that if I would meet him in real life, I would run the other way. But like in the book, knowing his thoughts and motivation and context to things he says and does really helps with not making him terrible. So, and I like him, and he deserves to be happy. So yeah, I'm really into it. I'm this far. So this will certainly get finished this weekend. I'm excited. Then I also started The Boneshire Daughter by Andrea. It's very reflective. The Boneshire Daughter by Andrea Stewart. This I'm also really enjoying it. This is a fantasy book, the first book in a fantasy series. And so far there are 4 perspectives. There may be more later on, but so far there's 4. First we have Lynn, who is the daughter of the emperor, and she has memory loss, and the emperor won't teach her the magic, which is bone chart magic, which means that every citizen has to give a little bone shard from behind their ear to the emperor, and then the emperor has like these constructs that he can control with these with bone charts. And I believe there are some consequences for people whose bone charts are being used. It's not clearly stated what those consequences would be, but we do get hints that it's not good. So I'm quite curious about that. But yeah, the Emperor won't teach Lynn this magic until she gets her memory back. But she's gonna need this magic if she is to become the next Empress. And there's this other person who is also in the running to take the throne after the Emperor dies. So there's a bit of a competition going on there as well. So that's the first perspective. The second perspective is Jovis. And Jovis is a smuggler, and he was on an island because the empire is made up out of different islands. And he was tasked to save a boy whose shard was about to be taken by the people in power. And then, so he gets the boy, and then the island sinks. So now he's on a boat with his boy because they managed to get out. Like, that's not a spoiler, like, that happens on page 30, so. And then we have Failure, I don't know how to say it. And she is the daughter of a governor, and she has some relationship issues. And then our fourth perspective is Sand. She works on, she lives on a very small island at the edge of the empire, and she plucks mangoes. And on this island, like, either you return with a full basket or you don't return at all. And so she thinks, like, hey, why should I do this if I don't want to? I can just return even if my basket isn't full, or I can just leave the island. I don't have to keep doing this. Which is probably not going to be perceived well by those in power. So yeah, those are the four perspectives so far. As I said, it's possible that there's going to be a fifth one, or however many there are, but so far those are the only four. But I'm really enjoying this. There is one moment that cracked me up. I'm gonna read it to you. It's when the island sinks, as I just told you, and people are trying to get to, like, boats to save themselves, and then this happens. A few people tried to get into the Imperial boats, searching for protection, but were warned off by soldiers. Others made for their fishing boats. A hulking construct with the face of a long-beaked bird did its best to stop each of them. Please declare your goods before leaving, it croaked out. The shipping and sale of unauthorized goods may result in fines and imprisonment. Sir, I need to perform a randomized search of your cargo hold. Which, why is that so true? Like, why would this totally happen in real life? Because bureaucracy. But I like that. I thought it was funny. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. But I'm not that far into it, so I can't say a lot. But yesterday I was walking down the shopping street with a friend because we both needed something. I went looking for lavender tea because I've been wanting to try that for ages. And there was this tea shop that sells like all sorts of tea. So I went to look if they had lavender tea, which they did. And I had my first cup and it was amazing. I highly recommend. But we also passed a bookstore and we both like to read. And so we went in with like the intention of not buying anything, but you know how that goes. So I bought one book, and that is Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake, which is the companion novel to Delilah Green Doesn't Care, contemporary romance. I was looking for Delilah Green, but they didn't have it, so we got this one because romances, like you usually can read them out of order, so I thought it'd be fine. And as I already said earlier in this vlog, I may just throw the rest of my TBR out of the windows and binge romances all month, so that's why I bought this, because I don't own that many. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I know it's sapphic. There is some home renovation stuff going on. That's all I know about it, but it sounds interesting to me. So those are the updates so far. You want to know a fun story? One of my classes got canceled today, so I don't have to leave anymore until like tonight, because I'm going to the opera tonight. So I thought, perfect, I can work on a lot of things, like do a lot of schoolwork. Yeah, I don't have my laptop, and I need my laptop for pretty much everything, so I can't really do anything today. I can't do anything for like the next 4 hours except read. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I don't know which one I'm gonna focus on. If I focus on this one, this will be finished by tonight. If I focus on this one, this won't get finished today, but at least I get a decent chunk into it. I don't know, but some reading is gonna happen today, so yay. Because I won't get my laptop back until tomorrow morning. So yeah, I'm gonna get to reading. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Hi, it is still the same day. I am about to leave for the opera as soon as I filmed this clip. I've been reading The Boneshare Daughter since I last spoke. I've gotten this far into it. I'm really enjoying this. It's very intriguing, and there's some mystery element going on, and I'm so invested. I really want to know. I really want the mystery. I can't put this down. I love Lynn's perspective. It's probably my favorite. Then followed by Sand. We don't get a lot of her, but the few chapters that I did get from her are very. They're very intriguing. Because of connections to other perspectives. Then Jovis, because it's a little animal companion, and I love it. It's so cute, and like the friendship with this animal companion is so cute and so delightful. and I love it. And I just like the like criminal person who um suddenly is forced to do good in the world, and he doesn't want to admit it, but he actually kind of likes it, and so he keeps doing it, but he doesn't want to admit that he does it because it's a good thing to do. He always wants to find a different reason, like money, to do it. I think I like that character type, and Jovis is one of those. I love that perspective. And then value, failure. We didn't get a lot of her either. Um, but I like her too. I don't dislike her. I think I just needed, like, I would need more chapters from her perspective to truly get really invested in her storyline. But I don't dislike it. It's just I didn't get enough from her. But yeah, I'm really liking this. Um, there are two perspectives, which are Lynn's and Jovis, that are both in first person, and that made me a little bit nervous because I've only had one book before that has multiple POVs that were in first person, and I had a really hard time keeping the perspectives apart, which normally it's not that bad because at least you get like the character names. But if you mix them up there, you need to know who's who. Um, you're not sure who, or I wasn't sure who was doing the action, which made it very confusing at times. I mean, like the character name was like at the top of the chapter, but I would just forget as soon as I turned a page. But this one, like maybe because they were truly like the storylines don't intersect, because in the other one it was like the characters were all together and we were talking about the same events, but just altering perspectives between them. This one they're truly at different places. Maybe it has to do that, or just Andrea Stewart being very skilled at making them sound different, but I never have that issue. So I always thought that multi-POV with first person was a combination that I hated, but I'm liking it here. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this book. I think it's really good. It's a really strong debut, and like I want to know what happens next. But now I have to leave for the opera, or else I'll miss my train. So I will talk to you when I have a new update. Bye. So it's now Monday evening. The opera was great. I also had an amazing weekend. And I have some reading updates. First of all, Lapvona. I decided to DNF, unfortunately. Not that it was a bad book, but it was just a little bit too dark for me. Some of the content, I don't know, like super dark reads. And so I DNF'd it, and I've heard that it'll only get darker as the story goes on, so I made the right decision there. I'm bummed because so many people like it, and I want to like it too. But it's just not the book for me, I think. Ah, well. I also finished The Duke and I, which was great. Um, so I knew in advance that there were some consent issues in this book. Um, which means I was prepared for it. So that helped, I think. But also, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Like it was addressed, which I didn't expect. Like, from what I'd heard, I thought it would just be glossed over, but no, it was addressed. So I appreciate that. I like the trope in a romance of just a damaged person who finds healing as well as love. Throughout the book, it's a trope I like, and this book had that trope. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. What more can I say? I love the characters. I love the family dynamics. I've said that a few times. It's a really enjoyable book, and I definitely want to read the other books in the series very soon. So I like that. And then I started The Light Fantastic by Terry Pratchett, which is the second book in the Discworld. Trying to find a way to hold it. The second book in the Discworld series. I'm quite enjoying this, actually. Like, from what I hear, like the first two books, or the first few books, I should say, or from what I've heard, not exactly the best in the series, and people make it sound like they're terrible, but I quite like them. Like, they're not a 5-star territory or anything, but I have a good time. I enjoy it. I enjoyed this one more than the first book, at least so far. So yeah, it's fun. It's funny at times. I haven't had like a true laugh out loud moment, but just some okay, yeah, that's kind of funny type moments. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Um, it does a pretty good job of like giving you a little recap at the beginning. Like, okay, this is the lore that has been established so far. This is where we are in the story. This is all you need to know. Now let's get on with it. Which I appreciate. So yeah, I like it. I'm gonna read some more of that now before bed. But I'm enjoying it. So that was the update. I will talk to you later. Bye. Hi, it's Wednesday, and I'm here to wrap up the vlog. So, I read a little more of A Light Fantastic. I'm still really enjoying it. I did get a few of the laugh out loud moments by now. I think this is I really like this one more than the first one, like more than The Color of Magic. There was quite a few like fairy tale references in this, also just references to modern technologies. I mean, it's written in the 80s, so technology that was there in the 80s, but some references to that, which are really funny. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I'm also still reading The Boneshare Daughter. I'll read a bit more of this as well. And what I think is really fun about this is that what I thought was going to be the plot ends up not being that. What I mean by that is you have the perspective of Jovis. When I talked to you about what it's about, I said that he was on a boat with his boy, and I thought that the plot of this book would be bringing this boy back to his parents. But that ended up getting resolved really quickly. Also, Failure, I still don't know how to say it. Her plotline was her girlfriend disappeared and she was looking for them, and I thought that would be the plot, but she found her girlfriend really quickly as well. So those two things were more jumping off points for the actual plot to happen versus the main plot themselves, which I think is really fun. So yeah, I'm still really enjoying this, and I'll continue this next week. But this is now the end of the vlog. I finished The Duke and I DNF'd Lapvona. I started Light Fantastic, and I also started The Bone Sharp Daughter. So next week, I'll continue these two. I had a great time with them. But yeah, that's the vlog. And I hope to see you again in another video. Bye.